When my little brother was born, things weren't quite right. You know, normally when a baby is born and you get a new sibling, the family is happy, everyone comes to the hospital after, a couple days, and we get to see the baby, and it's all just a really happy, fun family reunion type of thing. This wasn't the case though. My little brother had a lot of health issues, and the next year, and actually up until this point even, there has been a lot of operations and a lot of hospital visits and hospital stays. I can remember the first year being extremely tough, and it threw me off completely because as I was moving around homes, because my parents were in a hospital, my little brother we thought was going to die many times, I started to realize that I hated God. I hated what he'd done to my family, I hated the pain that he was inflicting on an innocent baby, and I hated how it felt for me. I came to a point where I didn't want God, I didn't want my family, and most of all, I didn't want myself. I hated myself. I had no self-worth, and I just was in one of the most darkest spots that I can ever say I've ever been in. It really affected me to the point where I was suicidal, I had anxiety, I had depression, I was violent, I was everything that I shouldn't have been at that point as a 12-year-old and 13-year-old. I was a mess. I was running from God faster than I ever had in my life, which was a big thing for me because as a little kid, I loved God and I was really keen on the whole God idea. But now that it completely changed, I was dark and I had come to a place where I felt like I could never go back. I started to accept this, and this became me. The darkness I started to love, and the feeling of numbness overtook me, and it became real safe. I got good at numbing myself to love. I got good at numbing myself to God. I got good at numbing myself to anything that was essentially good and pure. My life slowly went further downhill to the point where it seemed like there was no return. And honestly, I didn't want to return. I was happy with what the life I had decided and what I was living. That was what I was going to be, and that is what I wanted to be for the rest of my life. There was no hope, and I was okay with that. But God wasn't okay with that. He knew that there was always a way. When he died on the cross, he died not only for everyone else, but he died for me specifically. And even though I didn't understand that at that point in time, he was there ready to prove it to me. I ran from God faster than anyone could run a 100-meter sprint. I was running the fastest I could, yet God was right behind me. He didn't tackle me to the ground and make me stop running. He just kept my pace, running a few feet behind me, giving me the space that I wanted, but always was there for me. I also was blessed with the fact that people were praying for me. Even though I wanted nothing to do with God and nothing to do with the people that were in my life, and I was choosing things that were hurting myself and hurting the others around me, they stayed there for me. Not everyone has that opportunity, and I felt blessed to have that. But ultimately, more than that, more than those people, God never gives up on me. Never gave up on me and never will give up on you. And that's something that it took me a while to learn. God never gives up. It doesn't matter how far you run from him. It doesn't matter how far you want him to run from you. He's never going to. He's always going to be there. The funny thing is, when I actually opened my eyes, when I actually started to think, I realized that in all the areas I thought that God was letting me down in, he was actually there for me the most. The things that I hated him the most for, he was loving me the most in. I still can't explain some things, and I never will. We can't explain everything that happens to us. But I came to a place where I realized that there was a God, a Savior, that loved me so much that he came, and if it had only been me, he would have still died on that cross. There's a beauty in God's love. He never leaves you. He'll never forsake you. He's always got your back. He's always those few feet behind you, waiting for you to turn around. But the key thing is you've got to turn around. God can love you. He can always be there for you, but he's never going to force himself on you. You have to make that choice. You have to turn around and say, God, I need you. We can try to let the pain move away. We can try to solve our problems. And yes, to a degree, you'll be able to solve your problems and get through life. Many people have done it. But if you want true happiness and you want true peace, then you have to choose God. But the only way to do that is to come every day on your knees, giving yourself to him. Only then will you feel his love. That's what I had to realize. And once you realize that fact, you'll never go back, because his love is never ending.
Hey everyone! We are super excited to unveil our brand new Connect website. If you've ever had any questions about God, religion, the Bible, or maybe you've wanted to share your prayer requests with someone, faconnect.ca is the perfect way for you to reach out to us so we can help answer your questions and pray about whatever is on your heart. You can also sign up for free online Bible study guides that will lead you into a deeper relationship with God. Check out faconnect.ca by clicking here or in the link below in the video description. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to connecting with you.